All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. We have some stragglers coming in. That's okay, they can hop in with us. We're just gonna do a quick stretch, and then we'll go ahead and get started with our core class. Thanks for coming. Quick stretch here. So seated on our mat, legs about mat width apart, and we're just gonna do a couple straddle stretches, reaching for our toes. I love doing like a nice little hip opener before core because sometimes I notice, and you'll probably notice this too, like a little hip tightness, some hip pain when you do core. That's normal, you know, our it just doesn't stop right at our hips and then our core starts, it all feeds into each other and they're really close. So just do a couple straddle stretches. And done. Okay, from here we're going to do a seated figure four. So one leg is bent. We're going to move this leg over. And you can hold it right here if this feels like a good stretch. If you want more of a stretch, you can bring your heel closer to your butt. And then you can also rock side to side. You could also go somewhere in the middle. This should never be painful. It shouldn't be uncomfortable. If you're struggling to get your leg up like this, it's not worth it. The more you stretch and the more flexible you get, the easier it will be. It's also hard to tell on video, but I'm also pretty short, so my legs don't have to travel really far. All right, let's switch it out. Other side. Ankle over knee. Remember, you can just hold it here if this feels like a good stretch. If you want a little bit more sensation, you can bring your leg up and you can even rock side to side. Whew, feels good. And done. From here, we're just gonna windshield wiper our knees back and forth. So roll it over and here. This is also starting to warm up our core a little bit with the twisting. Again, working on the hips and the low back. Good. Flip it over. We're just going to do a spine twist on our bellies. Quick here. So wrap one foot around, stretch out the low back. Get our interval timer up. Switch sides. Oops. And back to center. Up into a tabletop position. Let's take 2 rounds, cat-cow. So cow, drop the belly, open up your collarbones, gaze up, actively press your hands through the mat. And reverse cat, open up the shoulder blades. Again, pressing your hands actively into the ground. And one more time, cow, gaze up. Drop your belly. And cat, curve everything in. Press your shoulder blades to the ceiling. Actively press your hands into the ground. And down. All right, shake it out. I hope you're ready to get started. We have our first interval. We're going 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. I'll walk you through everything. We have first, we have a seated hold. This is a tough one, you guys. Working on that strength that we have when we do our planks as well. So hands are gonna be out to the side. You're gonna pull your shoulder blades back together, your chest high. You can hang out here. You could go down lower. You can go down lower. You can lift your feet up in a boat pose. Either way, we're building that isometric strength where we're holding a position. After that, hands are gonna come back behind. We're gonna bring our knees in and out. Nice little V-sit knee tuck here. And our final one we have is a corkscrew. You can come down onto your elbows, your forearms, draw a circle, and then reverse direction, circle the other way. To make this a little bit less impact. You can put your hands underneath your low back and lay down all the way. The smaller the circles you do, the easier it's going to be. The larger the circles you do closer to the ground, the harder it's going to be. All right, I hope y'all are ready. Let's go ahead and get started in 10 seconds with our first seated hold. 3 seconds here, 2 and 1. Remember, you're just holding it here. Chest is high and lifted. Shoulder blades pulled back. You don't want to reach your arms forward, seem like curved back. You want to pull everything nice, high posture. Do whatever you can. Remember, if you want more of a challenge, you lift it up into boat pose. Try and keep your legs straight. Otherwise, you can stay a little taller. Whatever's challenging to you, 10 seconds off. Good job. All right, V-sit, knee tucks. Back on your hands. We start in 3, 2, 1. Bring it in and out. In and out. I always say in my body classes, don't stop, just modify. So if you need to stop right here with your knees in, that's okay. If you need to go slower, that's all right too. You will build strength the more you practice. You're not going to be able to get it right away if you're new, but that's normal. 2, 1, and down. Corkscrews on our forearms here or on your back. Feet up high, draw a circle, and then back around. Remember, the bigger your circle is, the more challenging it's going to be. I like to hold the sides of my mat for support when you're in this reclined position. But again, remember, you can also just lay down, put your hands underneath your backside for a little spine support, low back. And done. Woo! Good job, everyone. We're back to that seated hold. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Seated hold. Keep holding. Great job, everyone. Halfway there. Remember, you can also have option to 1 foot up if you want to do the boat pose. Remember, try to keep your legs nice and straight. You're keeping your chest high. Give me 2, 1, and done. Knee tucks are next, hands back behind. 3 seconds here. Bring it in and out. In and out. Exhale, bring your knees to your chest. Inhale out. Great job. Bring it in and out. That's why we did our hip stretches. Really feel it. Great job. 5 seconds. I know it's tough. 2, 1, and done. Corkscrews. Again, you can go on your forearms. I'll show you this time on my back. My hands underneath. Drawing little circles or big circles. Big circles are going to be a little tougher. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way up. When we do core and we exhale, think about exhaling like you're blowing out birthday candles. You're going to really activate your deep core muscles when you do that. 3 seconds. And done. Woo! 1 more round. I know it's a lot. It's our last one. And keep going. 30 seconds on the clock. And hold it here. You can also go straight legs, arms up. Try and play around a little bit with Where you feel a challenge, you feel a little shake, but you can hold it with good form. This is your last 5 seconds. And done. All right, basic tucks. 3 seconds here. Let's begin. Bring it all in and out. Exhale in, inhale, extend. It doesn't need to be quick. This is functional training for our lives. Our core keeps us stable, keeps us in place. 3 seconds. And done. All right, corkscrews. Last one, either on your forearms or on your back. Let's begin with our final 30 seconds. Inhale down, remember then exhale strong all the way up to the top. Inhale down, exhale up. Exhale when it's tough. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job, everyone. Get some time off. Grab some water if you need it. We have one more round, same thing, 30 seconds on. Let's shake it out. Do a little twist if you need to. Next one we have is we got a double crunch, straight leg oblique crunch, and some swimmers. Double crunch, we're on our backs, hands behind the nape of our neck. We exhale, bring knees to elbow and back down. Knees to elbow, back down. Oblique crunch. Arms out or like a starfish. Crunch opposite hand, opposite foot. And then switch sides. Swimmers on our belly. This is going to be working our low back. Arms out forward. We lift up and we just swim it out. You could also just kick your feet. You'd also just move your arms, or you can do lifts. But I encourage you to try the swimmer first before you determine it's not for you. All right, 10 seconds on the clock. Let's go ahead and get started. We're doing a double crunch first. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees to elbow and then all the way down. Exhale up. Inhale down. That's important. Less than 10. We have 5 seconds left. And done. Good job. Oblique crunch is next, so legs wide, arms out forward. We're reaching opposite hand, opposite foot. Let's begin. Crunch. Crunch. You could also just lift your arms if you need to. Two, 1, done. Flip over onto your bellies. We have swimmers. And begin. Great job. We're halfway. It's really good for our low back, and abs really connected. They're opposites of each other. Just thinking math, inverse relationship. 2 and done. Double crunch. Means if you have low back pain, your core is probably weak. And vice versa. Double crunch. You have core pain, your low back is probably weak. And if you have low back pain is probably a little bit more common. And that pain is usually because we need to strengthen both the core and the low back. So swimmers and then doing exercise like this, really gonna help. And done. Great job, everyone. Oblique crunch is next. Opposite side, hand, opposite side, foot, and begin. Woo! Great job, everyone. Over halfway. This is your final 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Roll it over onto your belly. Swimmers. And let's begin. Lift it up, swim it out. Swim it out, swim it out. Woo! Great job. Less than 10. 3, 2, 1. Done. One more set, you guys, and then we're done with class. Double crunch, let's begin. I'm gonna go closer probably to 10, 20, but we started a few minutes afterwards, so I hope that's all okay with everyone. Inhale down, exhale lift. And done. Oblique crunch, straight leg oblique crunch. This is our final one off, belly up. Let's begin. Exhale, inhale down, exhale up, inhale down. Remember, it's not about the speed, it's about the contraction you're making. So exhale, squeeze your belly. Try and reach pinky to pinky toe is the movement you want to do. Lifting your shoulder blade way up off the ground. Exhaling as you contract is going to help with that. And done. Roll over onto your belly. Swimmers are our final exercise of today. And begin. Remember, you can always just go legs. Try and bring your kneecaps, your thighs off the ground if you do that. Or just arms. Again, lifting your chest nice and high. Either way, you should be feeling this in your back, but in a good way. Feels like you're working your back. Less than 10. 5 seconds. Hold strong. And done. Woo, awesome job, everyone. Hands underneath your armpits. I'm up into a tabletop. And then knees apart about mat width or so, toes together. Slide it back, child's pose. Big stretch here. Come into a tabletop position. Bring your knees in. Roll it forward. Lift it up. You can go downward facing dog with your thighs up off the mat or into a cobra. Just stretching out the core. Back into a tabletop. Sit on your knees, stretch your arms back behind, big opener, bring your arms back, shake it out, and that's your Core Express class for today. Thanks everyone for joining me. Next week is Joe or Justin, I really can't remember, but I think it's Justin will be back. So thanks.
Thanks, Jessica. Good class.
Thank you.